What's up, basketball sickos? Deuce, Mason, Morgan, Reagan. Put your V's up, dude. Put your V's up. Talking some WNBA. The Golden State Valkyries. They're 2-1. Oh, yeah, back-to-back wins. And most people look at an expansion team and go, okay, they're going to win like 1-2 games.
Yeah.
This team is fun. They're playing hard. I'm not trying to act like they're going to be the best team ever, but after what I saw the last couple of games, the fight they showed against the Mystics the other night, and then yesterday on the road, their first road game, no Tiffany Hayes, no Mo Billings, they win 82-73.
I think it's what you just said, though. It's like their style of play.
Yeah.
They play basketball the right way on both ends of the floor. And the fact that we're just a couple of games in and it's already starting to look better. Natalie Nakase was asked about it after the game, just like, what defensive adjustments did you make on this Sparks team that beat them in that home opener? And Kelsey Plum had 37 points she dropped.
She cooked them.
Yeah, she was playing amazing. And so Natalie Nakase was asked about the defensive adjustments. She's like, we just executed our defensive plan. Like, we didn't even have to make a whole bunch of adjustments. We just did it the right way. And that's what you're seeing with this Valkyries team. Each game where they get better and better. Like, individuals play better and better and they feel more comfortable. Then as a team, they look more connected.
Yeah, and the defense was spectacular.
Oh, my God.
It's just they mixed in some zone, but they weren't leaving a ton of gaps. It felt like there was no soft spot in the zone. You couldn't find the soft spot. And then when they weren't playing zone, it just felt like the switches, the weak side help was there. How about Benley's ability to hedge
every time
and recover?
Every time. Her hedge and recover is fantastic because every time it's stunting the person with the ball, whether that would be Kelsey Plum, it could have been, who else was out there? I mean, Sarah Ashley Barker, you had Odyssey Sims out there, and it would just be like this stunt that would completely, I guess, disrupt the offense, slow it down for the Sparks. So yeah, those are just some amazing things that we saw. Obviously, the steals that we saw for the Golden State Valkyries, they had 13 steals as a team. But then let's start giving lots of love to Veronica Burton and her ability to not only play on ball, perimeter pressure, relentless defense, get those steals, hands in the passing lane. But there was many times that we would see her rotating over down low, and she's just disciplined, vertical, in the right place at the right time, hands are up.
It's a communication, right? And for a team that's trying to learn each other, a team that playing without some key pieces.
Yeah.
In addition to that, trying to mix in some like young players as well, it could be challenging at times. And it just felt like they were locked in. Kelsey Plum was just 6 of 18 in this game, 2 of 10 from downtown. She finished with 16 points and 3 turnovers. So they really did a good job limiting her. The Sparks got it going in the second half, especially in that fourth quarter. De'Erica Hamby was really, really good. She got them back in the game, but it was what they did in that second quarter.
Yeah.
Holding the Sparks to 9 points, 25-9 in that second quarter, and it was the defense. The other person I want to mention, you're talking about Veronica Burton, and I mean, we've seen her time in the WNBA. It's like, oh, she's a defensive player. I just see the toughness on both ends right now, for sure. Like, we talk about defensively, but just her ability to push the ball, get into the paint, even if it's not her getting the basket, it's just her putting pressure on the defense and creating good looks. Even when the Valkyries weren't shooting the ball well against the Mystics the other night, and at portions in this game against the Sparks, it felt like they were generating good looks.
Well, and that's the main thing. I mean, you talk about Veronica Burton with the ball in her hands. It felt like she was actually finishing at the rim, with some crafty plays in the paint, spin move, behind the back, whatever it was. And that was just so impressive. What did she finish? She finished with 12 points.
But it's getting to the line, 6 to 6.
Yes, and that was huge. I mean, she was taking the contact while not just looking for the contact. And I think she's either playing so much more confident in that role as their main point guard, starting point guard. But I said that to you. I was like, God, from game 1 to now, or even preseason to now, I feel like she just has so much more of like a commanding presence when she's in that role. So yeah, you're exactly right. With her getting the ball in the paint, I know exactly where you're going to go next on the offensive end.
One of my favorite players I'm watching right now,
Janelle
Salaün, who did not play in that first game against the Sparks, started in her first game with the Mystics. And again, I'm learning this shit. I'm like, wow, they must really think highly of her. She's a rookie and they're starting her and she's been here like a week. It's like, okay, right away, like, oh, I get it. I mean, you talk about someone who's got good size, who's got tremendous feel, aggressive. She comes out right away today or last night and buries a three to open the game, and she does not hesitate. It seems like she's very decisive when she's got the ball. She plays with an edge and a physicality. Her motor is intense. She ends up with 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 5 of 11 shooting. She was 4 of 8 from downtown. We've seen her for 2 games now. What stood out to you about what she brings to this squad?
It's like you just said, her presence alone, like her size, you're just like, okay. And then the way that she carries herself out there, you're like, straight up hooper. But then this is what has been so impressive to me on the offensive end is not only her ability to put the ball on the floor and make something happen and collapse a defense, even if she has to pass it out, make the right move, or even finish in the paint. But how many times do we see her take a contested 3? And when I say like that is her shot.
She's a tough shot maker.
There were good shots that she was knocking down, and even when she was taking it and would, she only missed 4 from beyond the arc, but when she was missing those, it felt like they were always in rhythm. They were always good looks for her because she can hit a 3 in any tough shot with a hand in her face. I've been so impressed with that, but I think on the defensive end too, there was a time where she got back either in transition or something, just like ripped the ball away down low. And I think defensively, not only her size, but her like intensity that she brings.
That was on that Kelsey Plum push.
That's what it was.
Plum kind of created contact, missed the shot. Salaün got the rebound. And they tried to rip it away, and she just went, ugh, give me that.
Just like that. Just like that.
No, you know what? And she does some talking, dude. She's got a little edge to her.
Yeah.
Same with Carla Leite.
Dude.
Carla Leite, another rookie. I don't know. We look at expansion teams sometimes like, oh, they're going to be dog shit. And look, I'm not acting like this season's going to be like, oh, it's going to be an awesome team. But as you build this out, you're looking for pieces that kind of just fit. And you want to see some young players be able to have some success and see their confidence grow and to see them go out there and just make the right plays. Someone like Carla Leite, I'm like, she's really good.
Dude, from day one, when I saw her at practice, I said to you after, I said, dude, Carla Leite really stood out to me. I just thought her ability to push the ball up the floor, I was really impressed with. I thought sometimes she plays a little fast and chaotic. She's still young, trying to, figure out those moments. But I thought in this game specifically against the Sparks, her fast-paced style is what got her to the rim. It was more explosive and a little bit more under control. And I mean, there's times out there where she just looks so much more confident than she did even from the preseason. Again, you're doing things for the first time as a rookie, and the language barrier for her, especially, like still trying to communicate with her own teammates. Obviously, she has some other teammates that speak. Van Loo speaks like 4 languages, and now Salaün is there as well. But it's like always trying to figure that out too. And I just feel like she's getting more comfortable on and off the court. And in this role specifically, what she added off the bench, what did she end up adding?
She led him in scoring with 19 points, 7 of 10 shooting, 2 of 2 from downtown. And another one who plays with a little bit of that edge, and she'll do some talking too. I just like what she's brought. She was a first round pick, and she didn't play last year. For the Dallas Wings, and then the Valkyries picked her up in the expansion draft. So you're like, oh my god, like, did they find something here with her and Salaün?
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about these two. I mean, just truly, their style of play, both of them. They play with so much toughness too. And I know Natalie Nakase has talked about that since day one. Can this team be killers while still playing with joy? You see people smiling, but you see them ripping the ball away while like knocking someone to the ground. And I think they have really told people they want that to be their identity, but they're backing it up with their actions.
You're saying it. And if you're going to play hard and you're going to defend, you're going to give yourselves a chance. And there's no better example than the other night against the Mystics. I went to that game, my first ever Valkyries game.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, I don't get to go to basketball games as a fan
for fun.
often. No, because usually I'm working Kings games, right?
Yeah.
So just being in the stands, I'm excited to watch basketball. The atmosphere at Chase Center was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And of course, it was a close game down the stretch, but 18,000 people there. And I'm like, dude, this feels like a playoff game.
Yeah.
Like the crowd was so into it. And I was just thinking about for the players, like playing in an environment like that. Anyway, it was cool. I was really happy for Northern California, who hasn't had a WNBA team since the Monarchs disbanded. And it's just cool to see so many people out there supporting them.
But you say that too, and you think about like how we talked about the first for some of these players. Like some have played against, in those big college crowd atmospheres, obviously Euro basketball, all the different things. But when you're seeing it in the W and you're seeing it on your home floor,
18,000?
yeah, and like
that's fun.
Feeling that roar of the fans and everything. I don't know, it's different. I can only imagine like going through some of those first, what it can be like, but you can just tell that they're already like.
And that game was a great example. It's like, are they ever going to make a shot in this game?
Oh my!
But they stayed in it within striking distance, and found a way to get back in it and win the game despite the fact that they didn't shoot the ball well. And then this game was just, I felt like they executed really well against the Sparks team.
Yeah, 17 turnovers. I didn't realize that they ended up having that many turnovers in this game. So think about it. You have those 17 turnovers. You're not shooting great right away in this one. The Sparks come out strong with a lead.
I think it was 7-1 Valkyries.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Valkyries that came out strong.
But then a 19-2 run.
Yes.
For the Sparks.
Yeah, and then once the Sparks went on that run quickly, I remember just being like, oh, okay, this is more of like how the Sparks are going to be playing throughout this one. And then the Valkyries adjustments were just such simple things of like, okay, maybe just tweaks defensively. Like, are we putting the right amount of pressure on Kelsey Plum and making her life difficult on the offensive end? Are we taking care of the basketball? You saw those tweaks, but then on the offensive end for the Valkyries, it was like, get that paint touch, get into these certain actions. I mean, there's this one action, I don't know what it is, but I remember there was a high post screen and it was Stephanie Talbot that was in, and she set this screen also for Kayla Thornton, who's coming up from the corner, but then just did a slip. And you have so many guards on this squad that have elite vision that are going to find you. And I feel like those moments happen, and then it's deflating on the Sparks, and then it kept happening, and that's where the flow of the game continued to go.
One shout out to Kayla Thornton too. I know she didn't shoot the ball well in this game, 4-15, 1 of 9 from 3, but 10 rebounds, 4 steals. You noticed her out there. She did a lot of good stuff in 30 minutes. And now next up, 2 games against New York Liberty in New York. And then you come home for the Minnesota Lynx after that.
Okay.
A Commissioner's Cup game. So it doesn't get any easier. The next 3 are going to be really challenging, but it's also just an opportunity. I mean, look, these are some young players getting a chance on this stage to kind of learn and grow together. And so I'm excited to see what the next few games look like. But a 2-1 start for an expansion team. Let's go.
He's up.
Let us know how you're feeling about the Valkyries. What's jumping out to you in the WNBA? If you're not watching, you should. Hit
Don't
the thumbs
sleep.
up and subscribe.
Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. They tell you what they know. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. Deuce and Mo. The podcast